This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete Haynes online manual at haynes.com.
Front brake pads renewal. Apply the handbrake. Chock the rear wheels. Then slacken the front wheel bolts. Jack up the front of the vehicle and support it on axle stands. Remove the front wheels. Push in the caliper piston by levering the caliper body towards the outside of the vehicle. Release the legs of the retaining spring from the caliper body, then remove the spring from the caliper mounting bracket. Remove the dust caps from the upper and lower guide pins. Unscrew and remove the upper guide bolt. Unscrew and remove the lower guide bolt. Lift the caliper and take the brake pad off the mounting bracket. Remove the other pad from the caliper. Support the caliper on top of the brake disc. Do not allow the caliper to hang unsupported on the flexible brake hose. Check the condition of the brake disc. Prior to fitting the pads, check that the guide pins are a snug fit in the caliper mounting bracket. Inspect the dust seal around the piston for damage and the piston for evidence of fluid leaks, corrosion or damage. Brush the dust and dirt from the caliper piston and mounting bracket and use brake cleaner to remove dirt. Before refitting the caliper, push back the caliper piston. Either use a G-clamp or similar tool, or use suitable pieces of wood as levers. First, clamp off the flexible brake hose leading to the caliper, then connect a brake bleeding kit to the caliper bleed screw. Open the bleed screw as the piston is retracted. The surplus brake fluid will then be collected in the bleed kit vessel. Close the bleed screw just before the caliper piston is pushed fully into the caliper. This should ensure no air enters the hydraulic system. Apply a little high melting point copper brake grease to the pad backing plate contact areas on the mounting bracket. The brake pads are handed for each side. Make sure the arrow on the backing plate points in the direction of forward rotation of the brake disc. Fit the inner pad to the caliper, ensuring that its clip is correctly located in the caliper piston. Fit the outer pad to the caliper mounting bracket, ensuring that its friction material is facing the brake disc. Remove any protective backing and slide the caliper into position in the mounting bracket. Lubricate and fit the guide pins, lightly tightening them before using a torque wrench to tighten them fully. Don't forget to fit the dust caps. Locate the retaining spring legs into the holes in the caliper, then hold the legs in place and locate the spring behind the lugs on the mounting bracket. With the brake pads installed, depress the brake pedal repeatedly until normal, non-assisted pedal pressure is restored and the pads are pressed into firm contact with the brake disc. Remove the scuttle panel if required to check the brake fluid. Pull off the weather sealing strip. Lift the cowl centre panel to release it from the side panels and from the base of the windscreen. Disconnect the windscreen washer hose and remove the cowl centre panel from the car. Detach these wiring clips from the lower scuttle panel. Then unclip the bonnet cable. Remove the two left-hand side lower scuttle panel fixings. Remove the two right-hand side lower scuttle panel fixings. The lower scuttle panel can now be removed from the car. Top up the brake fluid with the correct specification fluid. Refit the scuttle panel.